So the Gators did lose to Kentucky last night, and Ken, you told us yesterday afternoon that a win would make them contenders, prove they're for real. What does that make them now?
I think they're still for real. This team just has too much talent not to be there towards the end, and when the conference tournament rolls around, they're going to be up there in one of those high spots. But for now, okay. Okay, so the Florida Gators have lost their first conference game, but with a 4-1 record in the league, they're still in very good shape. All last night's 67-62 loss to Kentucky did was make them realize they've got to be better prepared for the tough games in the conference. And with 13 of their last 14 games coming in the conference, the Gators know every game counts from here on out and counts big. The good thing is they get to come home again now for a Saturday night game against Tennessee. The Vols are 8-5 overall and 2-2 in the conference after they lost to Auburn 66-56 last night. Now that game is a complete sellout. They sold the last tickets today, so if you don't have tickets, you're out of luck. The Gator ticket office has already announced that the February 14th game against Kentucky in the O'Connell Center is also a sellout, except for student tickets. Those haven't even gone on sale yet, so students can still get tickets to Kentucky, but Tennessee, they're all gone. Halfway through the Lady Gator season, Florida is 8-6 after a 69-65 win at home over Florida State last night. Forward Lisa Webb led Florida with 17 points and 13 rebounds. Freshman center Lisa Bourne added 15 points, and after a 10-18 season a year ago, the Lady Gators may be turning the corner.
I think that we've come a long way since last year. The kids are playing hard, they're playing with a lot of pride, and they're doing some things right. And it's going to pay off, you know, maybe not this year, but in a couple of years.
But for the immediate future, things don't get any easier for Florida. They'll take on the second-ranked team in the country, the Lady Vols of Tennessee, Saturday night in the O'Connell Center before the men's game. The NBA's Milwaukee Bucks say they've agreed to sign former Houston Rockets guard John Lucas for the rest of the NBA season. The 33-year-old Lucas was suspended twice by the Rockets for cocaine use and hasn't played in the NBA since last year. The Bucks' move follows by 2 days the league's banning of Rocket guards Mitchell Wiggins and Lewis Lloyd for drug use. Lloyd and Wiggins were banished from the league for at least 2 years because they didn't come forward for treatment, while Lucas will get another shot because he volunteered for rehabilitation. Down to just 9 players after the Lloyd and Wiggins suspensions, the Rockets today signed former Houston guard Alan Level to a 10-day contract. The winter baseball world is still buzzing about last night's announcement of the latest inductees into the Baseball Hall of Fame. Chicago Cubs slugger Billy Williams finally made it into the Hall after missing by 4 votes a year ago. He hit .290 for his career with 426 homers for some really terrible Cub teams. Meanwhile, Catfish Hunter, elected 8 years after his retirement from the New York Yankees, he began his career with the A's and won 224 games in his stellar career. Former Phillies pitcher Jim Bunning came closer than last year, but still not close enough, missing by 21 votes this year after a 40-vote margin last year. Induction ceremonies are set for Cooperstown on July 26th. While Williams and Hunter bring the Hall of Fame roster to 199 players, the list of those current major leaguers who filed for salary arbitration has reached 139. The latest to file include Dodgers pitcher Oral Hershiser and Seattle Mariners Mike Morgan, Bob Kearney, and Ken Phelps. Hershiser's going back to arbitration just a year after winning a $1 million a year contract in arbitration. And in other baseball news, the Chicago Cubs have met with free agent outfielder Andre Dawson, but general manager Dallas Green is withholding comment. The former Expos star has said he would like to play for Chicago, but so far, no agreement. The football news concerns the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and new head coach Ray Perkins. Perkins has cleaned house down in Tampa, releasing all of former coach Lima Bennett's assistants and hiring his own. And reports say former Atlanta Falcons coach Dan Henning has been offered the offensive coordinator's job with the Bucs. The Falcons fired Henning last month. Perkins has already hired 5 of his former Alabama assistants as assistants in Tampa, including former University of Florida defensive coordinator Joe Kynes, who will direct the Bucs defense that was the worst in the league last year. And in preparation for his April 6th middleweight title fight against Marvelous Marvin Hagler, Sugar Ray Leonard held his first public workout last night in Washington, D.C. Leonard will be getting back into the ring for the first time in almost 3 years when he toes it up with Hagler. He retired back in 1982 after an eye operation, returned briefly in 1984, then retired again and said he would not risk his sight in the ring. But a chance at Hagler was just too much to pass up for him. Of course, Leonard and the Marvelous One will each pull in well over $1 million apiece for this fight, and it could be the biggest fight in history. I'm not sure it's the most intelligent fight in history, especially as far as Sugar Ray Leonard is concerned. He stands to lose a lot.
Especially his eyesight. I couldn't believe he was going back to that, especially fighting against someone like Hagler.
Money talks and eyesight walks, I guess.
I guess so. Thanks a lot, Ken. We'll be back in 1 minute. Stay with us.